Hello, everybody. Good evening. Tonight we have a very exciting game. It is the third round of the Chess Dojo under 1900 classical tournament. And it will decide if I still can fight for the win of the tournament. I'm having actually 1 point, lost the second round, and yeah, I think if I win the rest, then I should be doing fine. And this is, of course, very exciting. And yeah, I'm playing Goldman's B. I don't know if you saw the trailer. Well, probably you did because I just had it playing. And I don't know if I overdid the trailer with all the explosions and fire and everything. So yeah, let us just know in the comments. We have one comment in the chat already by Hannah Hughes. Good luck, Goldman's B. So I obviously have no one cheering for me today. That makes me very sad, but also it's motivation, of course. And yeah, this basically is all that I wanted to say for tonight. And with that, I'm passing the ball to my international master friend, Nadj Hedjesi.
Hello, chess to all chess lovers, and let's have a good night, good chess night, and good fun. And of course, go Jan.
Okay, thank you. So the drill is as always, I will be able to give my thoughts, but I will not be able to hear what Barland is saying. I will also not take a look at the chat. So I'm basically blind, more or less, and deaf until the game is over when I put the headphones back in and look at chat. So that is the technicalities behind all that. And then I think it is good luck to Goldman's B and we can start. Alrighty.
Yeah, guys, super nice. We are waiting for the Jan opponent to start the game. And thanks, Hannah, huge for this comment and for you are with us, and I hope we'll have a nice Jan game played by Jan. He played the first game very well, and second game was critical, and he lost really fast because of the opening. So again, we have a Dutch opening d4 f5 standard Jan opening, and of course he's making some improvements every week, every game he played. Basically, he needs to learn how to become a master of the Dutch defense. And usually he have a very solid opening position after openings. So after d4 f5, bishop f4, g6, knight f3, we have knight f6 and bishop g7. So this is a standard story and standard structure for black in that Leningrad variation of Dutch defense. The other variation is Stonewall with structure f5, e6, d5, and c6. So Jan is going with short castle and probably plan like d6, queen e8, and maybe e5. So at one moment it's necessary to become active into the center, and that happens after d6, c6, knight d7. In one moment Jan will probably push that e5, I suppose. If he don't do that, we are dead. and he will lose the game, of course, like always. But I believe in him, and he's a worker, and he wants to improve his chess skills. So I believe, and I expect very, very interesting and good game tonight. But as always, we'll see.
Hello, Barland. Sorry for interrupting. This is Jan. I just wanted to let you know that my book is now out of knowledge, as I say. So basically, I'm done with opening prep. And again, I didn't prepare against my opponent. So that's it for now. It's all free flight, all myself. And we'll see how it goes.
Hello, I'm back. And we have that trade on G3. What I wanted to tell was about some option for what is going on. Some option for white to keep that bishop on f4. And if black in this position, Jan takes that bishop, white can take with e pawn, opening the e file and basically making e5 a very cool spot for white pieces, for white knights especially. And of course, he can double his rook. So full activity through the e file. That was the reason why this wasn't necessary. Anyway, this is a strange. Sometimes we have that fg3 idea. Usually, every pawn has to be closer to the center, and every time it's very normal to take hg3. And that is what are we doing in, I don't know, 95% of situation like this. But in some specific cases, we are opening f file with the rook, for the rooks, for some activities, and probably connected with some king attack. In this case, I don't see the point and reason why white took that knight on g3 with f pawn. Jan played very fast, and that is what I don't like. He admit that, and he said that he doesn't know what is a theory, and he's still playing really fast. That is not my recommendation, and you should always think a little bit more about options. For example, now this wasn't necessary. Maybe e6 was enough. And if white takes with c pawn, just e d5 and all good. King goes on h8 and he's safe there. The main problem for black is that queen side, undeveloped queen side. That is very bad situation. So now the main problem is if white takes c d5, then queen stays really strong and very active on that diagonal. I believe this is the last moment for e6. Or maybe, just maybe, king h8. Just to have knight e4 to block that center. Otherwise, if white takes on d5 and after c d5, probably he can organize further activities with e4 move. I don't know why Jan always have some troubles at the beginning. Seems super normal, everything, but at one moment just one mistake and +3 for the opponent. That happens probably because of black pieces, and usually that happens when he is black, and it's super tough to keep that race active with the black pieces, just because of fact white is faster and few moves more than the opponent. Okay, Jan stop a little bit and he's thinking almost. I'll check just a sec. difference between previous and last move. Previous and next last move. This is okay. He had some, yeah, some 2 minutes. So he starts to think about the options. The options is the option is e6. For sure, that is kind of necessary, and knight e4. So transposing this position in some standard stonewall situation where black pick this structure c6 d5 e6 f5, that zigzag structure, pawn structure. Probably he doesn't want to do something like that. Seems actually really passive, but that is what it is. You should keep the center really active. Otherwise, as I said, cd5 is coming, cd5 and in one moment e4. If you have some ideas, please share your thoughts with me in chat, because Jan will be available after the game. Thanks, the Urkam, for writing, and I hope you are enjoying in this Dutch defense fight. You know, Jan, as always. I'm just waiting a moment when Jan will show us some novelty in this Dutch defense. He wants to become an expert, so I believe he'll make that. His choice, and that Dutch defense is really tough to be played, you know, easily. You need to have experience and very good preparation, because as I said, white knows what are you doing, and you don't have so much different ways to play this opening, and not so much plans what to do. So we see what is coming. Stay with us, and thanks for your comments. See you soon.
Hello, Balint. Hello, chat. Today I hope I survived the opening fine. Time is kind of okay. think the position is kind of okay. And yeah, with that, I leave you again. Okay, bye bye and see you later.
Hello, hello. So queen b6, that is normal to trade everything. Just trade the queens and reduce that pressure from the white lady and that a2 g8 diagonal. Okay, this seems strange for me because the reason is black can take this one with his knight. So maybe first of all queen b3 and then knight d5. I'm not sure is that possible, or maybe first of all knight d5, why not? So in any case, strange decision for white. Yeah, Jan took first of all that queen on b3, and probably now this move is coming knight d5, or I'm not sure. I will probably took that with the knight. I believe that is better because gives open that this move open the file, the longest diagonal for the bishop, and semi-open d file. Anyway, it's much easier to organize some e5 push. That is what I'm thinking, and what lies behind idea to play, to take that with the knight. Black moves. As black the moves, it would be okay. I don't know the. So Andrew, about Dutch theory, as I mentioned at the beginning, just two ways after f5. Will you play knight f6, e6, d5, and c6 structure, stonewall, and controls the light squares into the center? Follow up with bishop e7, short castle, and later aggression on the king side. Or you have another plan. It's not possible to push e5 without some consequences. So you should stay focused for that c6, knight d7 preparation, and then e5. As we saw, very, very dangerous attack could come through the a2 g8 diagonal, that queen b3 story or something. That diagonal is completely exposed. Also knight g5 and e6 square is very weak, and that option for white is also really flexible and playable. At this moment, I believe dark square bishop has priorities, and that is the strongest light piece. So if we need to choose between all these bishops and knights, I believe this guy on g7 is the strongest piece, and he can bring some differences and bring some fire on the board. As you can see, the eternal weakness in every Dutch defense is that vulnerability of the king through the a to g8 diagonal. That is the main problem. So Jan has to do something about that. Is that h6, king h8, I don't know, even e6. Just cover that. That's the point. I believe king h8 is kind of necessary move. I don't see nothing else. Bishop e6 doesn't work because knight g5
Hello Balint, hello chat,
and
this
bishop
is Jan,
has to go
and
somewhere. Yeah.
somehow I think I'm just playing way too fast and should take more time. I have a headache, I'm tired. Friday evening are the worst times to play. But I will be fighting. I'm really trying to win this game, and so far it's kind of alright. At least that's what I think. Bye-bye.
Bye bye, Jan. Stay focused. Nothing else to say for you. Be careful. King h8. Okay. King h8 is actually really cool. I mean, we should solve the main problem that is diagonal a2 g8 diagonal. So king h8 completely correct idea to remove that pressure. After that, I believe knight b6 is also really good because I'm not sure, but white maybe can take that knight and blocking the center with his pawns. That could be a problem, kind of problem for the bishops. We need open space, we need a view and target for our bishops. In the blocking center, in the block center, we doesn't have that option. So I suppose and I believe all good. And I believe knight b6 follow up with bishop e6 gives Jan very active game and very good position. So the last problem is how to push e5, and if he solve even that problem about backward pawn on e file, I think black is much better, almost winning. But we'll see. Thanks to staying with us.
Hello Balint, hello chat, this is me again. And if I take the pawn on e3, he has to take with the rook, and then I can play bishop h6, pinning the rook to the other rook. And there is no way for him to, well, save one of the rooks. My only thing I see so far would be rook c3. Then I can, take with my bishop on e3. He retakes, and then I changed a bishop and a knight for a pawn and a rook. And I don't know if that is a good trade. I mean, it's a center pawn that I take away. He has an isolated pawn, but
I
I'm
believe
actually
Jan will
inexperienced to
never
know
do
if this
this.
change is a good thing for me or not.
Uh,
I think it would
no, it's
be,
not. No,
but
please do not
last
do
time
that, Jan.
curiosity killed Jan. So I don't know if I
I
should
will.
be curious
Yeah,
here. I will think a lot
exactly.
about this.
Jan, if you take that pawn on e3, I'll find you. You are done with. It's not possible to thinking about that. That is, of course, really crazy and strange. Basically, never gives that two light pieces for the rook and central pawn, even if he is golden, or two central pawns anyway at the beginning of the game, after the openings or in the middle game. So please, Jan, do not take that pawn on e3. Otherwise, I'll be please just keep normal chess game. Do not fantasize something. Do not fight without reasons. Just develop your pieces. That is the general God rule in chess. We cannot remove that from our openings, middle games. Every time you should give the purpose and the reason why they are on the board. Every piece must have something, some jobs, some activities. What you will give, for example, imagine that trade. The knight is only active piece and some potential for the dark square bishop. If Jan takes on e3, he will lose the knight and bishop from g7 for the rook and pawn, and that is disaster. And you'll see how fast he'll be destroyed if he do that. So I hope he just change his his line in the head, and he for sure starts to think about something else. Otherwise, I'll be completely shocked. So there's reasonable moves, and something objective is to play knight b6. That is maybe last spended tempo for this structure for black. First of all, the reason is remove your knight from the center because he'll take that and he have the semi-open c file. So do not allow him that. Knight b6, attack the bishop. If he allow, of course, hit him, follow up with bishop e6. If he move that bishop from c4 after knight b6, just develop your bishop on e6 and stay active. We have some problems like knight c5 or knight a5 after knight b6 in the future, but we cannot start some fight without soldiers, without players, without some weapon to fight against our opponent. So white is, as you can see, all white pieces has some purpose. Rook on e1, rook on c1, knight on f3, bishop, knight. So 5 active soldiers, actually against just knight, bishop on g7, he is active, and everything else just leaves. And this is wasted time. Jan probably thinking about knight e3, and that is between 5-7 minutes. He's trying to, stay active and direct. But please, Jan, please go in some other direction. Do not pick that nonsense trade, please. Never, never. So two rooks, rook and the pawn against two light pieces doesn't work. Doesn't work and no worthly. e6 to keep that structure alive and normal after taking ed5 or knight b6. That is the only option for black. Only reasonable option for black. Maybe knight f6 also, but no, knight b6 is the best. You should remove that bishop from that diagonal. Maybe later we can push a5. Yeah, knight b6 and a5. So much options, Jan. Do not ruin this with that nonsense trade, please. Oof. Nice question, Mariko. Knight b4, basically,
Okay, I think
look
it
at the
is a
knight
bad idea
after.
because I have a problem with my pawn on e7 later on. The rook on e3 could attack it. Only thing I see
Oof.
to defend it would be rook e8, followed by his bishop to f7. And that would be really bad. Don't like it at all. And that's why I'm playing rook e8. So I have a double
What?
attack on the e5 square. And this should be better, I think. We'll see.
I don't know why Jan is thinking he's in some kind of matrix and he will arrange everything what he wants. Basically, whoa. Jan, first of all, the rule of development is do not play several times with several pieces. No, with just two pieces. So, just two pieces. Bring your other pieces, bring them fastest as possible, and do not allow that bishop and rook stays without job, without purpose. What are you doing with rook e8? You literally telephoned me in Serbia and everyone knew that you are coming with e5. And that also doesn't work for you. So wasted tempo for bad idea. Oof, double minus. And now, of course, that doesn't mean Jan can win this game. The problem is he actually played really bad. So very reckless game, especially when he completely lost energy about knight e3 bishop h6 idea. And what is that? Finally, something what stops him to push that knight e3 bishop h6 idea further, because e7 pawn is hanging. Jan, it's not about e7 pawn, your position and everything is hanging after that. Fire is everywhere and you cannot stop three light pieces to jump in your territory. You have two sleepers, two fat rooks on the back ranks. That's it. Rook on e8, rook on a8 doesn't work. Bishop still on c8. And you are playing with your rook, what? About aggressive idea e5, like he will wait for you to punch him. No, he will not. So this approach is really bad. And yeah, I'm sorry, why knight b6 and why not b4? Knight b4, I want to answer about that. Knight b4 is practically
I
without
learned from
threats.
Barnett last time. Don't think,
This
just
is
take. And
super
that's
lucky
what I'm going to
continuation.
do.
But I'm completely not satisfied with this game. This is as I said, really bad. Pointless rook on e8 doesn't have a purpose. Just bishop d5, cd5, rook c7. Really ugly. Anyway, white knight
I'm so
b6. Knight
sorry that I'm
b6 just to
interrupting all the
remove
time,
the
Balint.
bishop from
Probably you're
that
talking, and
diagonal.
oh yeah, no, please don't say a word again.
Jan,
But Balint,
oh,
we're having a game where he has two rooks and I have two bishops. And as always, I know that the bishop pair is an advantage. And I hope
no, it's
that's the
not.
case this time too. And Balint, here it comes. We will see.
Oof. My heart is pumping probably 3 times more than Jan. So 3 times something like 370. It's not possible, to explain some stuffs. This bishop pair, that is just a fiction, and of course that depends from the center, as I said. So many times the people thinks about that I have a bishop pair, and speaking about that even doesn't know a real meaning of that story. Bishop pair or bishop against the knight is good when you have the open central squares, and when you have some good diagonals or targets for the bishop. In this case, what do you have from the bishop pair on c8? What is that? I told Diane that is a big pawn. I joke with him, you have a big pawn on c8 and you will stay with that French bishop all the game. You don't have any way to improve him, no diagonals for him. As you can see, d5 and f5 are kind of the are type of the walls for him. So the last available diagonal is a6 f1. Anyway, in that diagonal we doesn't have any proper target for him, so he is basically lost. And of course this position is probably +2 for white, and it's super easy to jump further. Rook c7, double the rooks, knight c5, knight e5. We doesn't have two dark square bishops. If we have two dark square bishops, Jan, then you can say that, oh yeah, we have a bishop pair. Very nice, you have two double bishop on the dark squares. Only in that case you can say that you are in advantage because of bishop pair. Otherwise, oof. Otherwise the something bad is coming. As you can see, simple way, rook c7, because black is completely undeveloped. Anyway, knight b6, just to finish about Mariko question, and thanks for asking that. Knight b4, in that situation, brings some attack on a2 pawn, but basically a3, and you should go back. That is the problem. No continuation for the knight. Maybe he need to go back on a6. Oh no, I see it doesn't make much sense. Exactly. I'm sorry, I didn't read later. Yeah. So no progress. Basically, if that rook stays on a1, then maybe knight b4 to threat knight c2, and also it's not available rook c1 because of knight b4. But in that situation, d3 is that forking square is protected by the bishop side, and a3 knight has to go back. So maybe knight b6 in that moment to save the knight. As you can see, we will not end up in that case in this type of situation where we have a very blocked center. And now Jan, I believe, will spend a lot of time, even if he's in advantage with bishop pair, because he doesn't know what to do with that bishop pair. That is basically really bad. He wants to push e5 to open up that position, but it's not possible. So we have to be realistic and to check that objectively, what is possible, or what is our illusion or just imagination. So of course this is good move. Finally something good, something normal, and that happens after series of nonsense, very bad moves in the step left, step right, and back and back and back, and nothing. Development. That's the big lecture, Jan. Development from today. You cannot pick one piece, take her for the hair, and just throwing everywhere, on the board. Give the life purpose energy for all your pieces. Give them life. Do not waste the potential when you are keeping them on at the beginning and the starting squares. This could be okay. The main reason why this could be okay for black is that knight on b3. He's pointless, and b6 is a standard story how we can reduce that knight on b3. So some squares, as I said, b3, g3, g6, and b6, that when we have a knight on b3 or g3, g6, or b6, standard idea is to push a pawn or h pawn. So now a5, a4 seems really proactive for black, and we are doing some good stuff against the knight. We can attack him. Also, that fianchetted story, when you push b3 or g3 or g6 and b6, also the same way how you can make some progress is the push, is that fact you can push your a or h pawn, and you don't need to, as I said, wake up your fat rook in the corner, move that piece and give them some job and some activities. You can just open the position, pushing the pawn in front of him. So trading that pawns, you are giving him some life, new light to shine through the a file. In this case, I believe that is also useful, but as you can see, the complete supremacy over the C file and over this open C file for white brings some uncomfortable situations for black, and I'm not sure what to how to suggest what to do with the black pieces next. Of course, e5 is super aggressive and doesn't work. White can just take and double the rooks. No, yeah. I hope he'll not push that. Oh yeah, first of all, preparation move. So again, so much time wasted. So much time wasted for some. Maybe bishop a6 is the last story, last moment. At one moment to, I don't know, rook d7 in that case. Oh, it's super ugly. Complete domination over the 7th rank, and later everything else is not important. And structure for white doesn't play some big part. Just explanation. Black has just explanation. In practical fight, nothing. This is lost position. So 2 bishops and healthy pawn structure and safe king, but really in real time, nothing. Very small chances to make any counterplay because of serious undevelopment. That's the fact, and big holes on the black squares. So immediately this guy becomes completely pointless. Yeah, this bishop a6 is the last one, last hope for me, and maybe bishop c4 to cut off to break that chemistry between the rooks on the c file, and somehow remove that rook from the 7th rank, even if you need to sacrifice the pawn. So maybe it's too late. a5, no time. Rook c6, and the pawns goes down. Does black go for space here? I I struggle to see what pawn breaks are realistic for black. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. But as I said, I'm sorry, I'm just checking the YouTube. and as I said, the bishop pair. Imagine the bishop like some sniper guy. So he need a target, otherwise he's pointless. What he's doing, he's waiting on the building 5 hours. Sun will hit him and he's done. So he need a target. He need a view. He need some coordinator to give you something realistic in that moment. So that is like a bishop in chess. You need a target that is a king or queen, something realistic, something what is fixed or that will be forever. What is a target? If you, for example, now play bishop h6, that rook will be moved and you have no target anymore. So okay, you are maybe with your sniper on the roof there, but no target and pointless wasted piece. So in every situation, when you have a bishop pair, you should wait at the beginning to finish. Probably your opponent gives that bishops or something for few tempies. So you are a little bit usually lower with the space, and you are on your 6th, 7th, and 8th rank. Before any fight you start, I think that side with the bishop pair should finish the development. No skirmish, no small fights for this or attacks or something. Usually that lead us in some troubles, especially when you are black. So when you are black, you are one tempo down, and wasted time could be decisive, as you can see in this position. The other fact for the bishop pair is you should have open center. So the bishop is a beast if you put him on the longest diagonal. We have only one longest diagonal for dark square bishop and only one 8 squares diagonals for light square bishop. So h8, a1 to for dark square bishop, and from squares a8 to h1 for light square bishop. That is the only way how he can catch 8 squares full diagonal capacity. That is what we call fianchetted bishop, like this guy on
Hello,
g7. But
everybody.
if the center is
Talent in
blocked,
chat. And here, there are so many things that are going through my head. He is a provisional 1412, and we are at move 20. And I wonder why he didn't make a major mistake already. But on the other hand, if he started with 1500, which is the normal one, lost one game against a higher rated player, he's 1412. So basically that says nothing, and I should play the position and not the opponent. So that's the first thing. Now my candidate moves. First I thought that, yeah, I could just play e5. Take, take. And I mean, take with the pawn, I take with the bishop, he takes with the knight, I take with the rook, and then I am losing the game because he takes the bishop, I take the rook, he comes with the rook from c1 to c8, and I'm down the bishop or a piece, so that's not a good idea, I think. So then the next thing I had was like bishop h6. That would be pinning the pawn, but I don't see a refutation to his rook coming to c3. So that's doing basically nothing. And I don't like to move the bishop because then he could just play, I mean the bishop on c8, because then he could just play his rook to d7, attacking my pawn on d5. but could it be defended by just e3? Yes, it could, but then he could double up his rooks on the 7th file. So I don't like that too. I don't know. So I will keep quiet and keep a little bit more thinking. Bye-bye.
Does black go for space here? I struggle to see what pawn breaks are realistic for black. As you can see, the e5 doesn't work. White can just take that and c8 is hanging because of big job for the rooks. They need to protect the bishop on c8, and neither of them can be moved. So if you push e5, d5, bishop e5, knight e5, rook e5, just rook c8 is a check, and that's the problem why this doesn't work. So bishop a6, or I'm sorry, in my opinion, the only one is a5. a5, a4, some idea to remove the knight from b3 square, to give some space for the on the queen side for the rook, and bishop a6 after that. So yeah, we are waiting for the problem in this type of position is we doesn't have so much active plans. We doesn't have so much options to fight, to wrestling somehow, to do something. If you are without opportunities, without some distortions, what is that? He will kill us with anaconda style. Just grab us and squeezing step by step. So systematically, this position is probably already lost if white understand what he doesn't have through the c file. So immediately give up from that illusions. I will save the pawns, I will tap everything. No, it's it's a fire on the board and you need to do something. It's over, you'll be squeezed. So a5, some activities, bishop a6, give the pawn, try to stay active, to open something. Another, maybe this move could be maybe this one is I don't know, maybe the best. I didn't mention this move, bishop f6, but maybe is that option to protect e7 pawn with the bishop, ignoring everything else, and just continuation to develop bishop on a6 with some chances to trade some of these rooks. That's the point. In my opinion, white has to block that e5 square. In one moment, I believe knight e5 is completely okay move for white, even if that moves brings another double pawns on the e file. So maybe, but the problem about light square bishop is actually really big, and he doesn't have a purpose for now. So this bishop f6 gives me some hope for Jan and future activities like bishop a6, bishop c4, and then rook e to c8 to trade that rook, and that is the only way how he can fight against these very, very active rooks through on the c files, and especially against this rook on c7. But wait for that. As always, we will see. Hello, chess lovers. We have a one move for white. Rook 1 c6. Finally, some chances. Basically, now we can see the power of this bishop f6 previous move. Very nicely done, Jan. That was the best way to dominate the knight, and of course to secure every forward jump from him. So it's time to develop your bishop, and now bishop a6 gives black really nice chance to trade all these very active rooks for white with a move rook ec8. Also, we can see that idea after bishop a6, for example, rook d7 is not available, bishop b5 skewer. Also, something like I don't know, rook e6 doesn't have any sense. So rook e c8, the bishop, very important move, bishop f6 was just to give protection for e7 pawn. So well played, Jan. This move was good. I need to give you a credit for this one. So just continue with that stable, slow story about development, trading these rooks, and later maybe you can calculate on that advantage of the bishop pair. Yeah, stay with us. We'll see.
Hello, chat. Hello, Barland. I'm sorry for interrupting again, but I'm trying to trap his rook on c7. And the idea here is e6 and bishop d8. So if I play e6, what can he do? If he plays rook to rook d6, I play the bishop to d8. He plays rook c7 to c6. Has a double attack on the e6 pawn. But hold on. If he plays the rook to d6 after I put e6, then I could just go bishop e7. And the worst thing that happens is that we trade defended. I think it's a good idea. I'll calculate this through and then I probably play it. We'll see.
Yeah, in any case, that idea e6, and as Jan said, we'll see. King g8 is okay. King g8 is coming closer to eventually protect the e7 weakness. But as you can see, do not allow in your positions to stay inactive with two pieces until this move number. Whoa, 22 moves, Jan. So development, do not play simple moves and do not choose simple solutions when he threats you if you have to push your piece again. So we played already once. If you need to move her again, that is a serious problem. And try to bring all pieces. Whoa, this e6 was played super fast. That was completely unnecessary. You are not threatening bishop d8. Jan. This e6, what? That was a last basic pawn on e7 who was closing the 7th rank. Now probably he realized. So basically that simple ideas never works, and you know, tap, and yeah, I'm going with that. That doesn't work like that. idea. Okay, when the idea is born, you have to check where that
Just a
lead
short
you.
information from my side. I guess everybody who's watching, including Balint, we all love chess, and chess is so exciting.
Oh.
I just love it. It's great. Yeah, just my 2 cents.
Oh, I would like to have that young energy, 83 heart rate. So he's completely warm, hot streak by Jan. Yeah, I'm joking. Anyway, the point is he's enjoying playing this one, even if he made mistakes. If Jan made mistakes like this calculation, simple calculation, he's still fighting. But as I said, please, Jan, for the future, stay more active and consider about that to bring more more pieces, to involve more pieces in the game. That's the main purpose of development, and very important and reasonable style. So still bishop a6 is completely fine. Bishop a6, bishop b5, bye one rook. And then maybe something like rook e7 to remove other one from the 7th rank. Still unclear position. Jan played really bad, but I believe he had some lucky, and he was helped by his opponent. The opponent, this Mr. GoldsmanB, was gently, and he didn't use his chances and bigger activity. Anyway, stay with us. We'll see what is coming. Bye for short.
Oh man. Oh, me and my super calculation skills. I just found out that my super trap doesn't work because bishop d8 makes me lose my bishop on c8. Because double attack, then it's not supported by the e8 rook anymore. So Going back to square one and thinking of something else here.
Hello again. And we can see the main lesson for Jan today. That was a reckless, not deep calculation. And whole idea e6 bishop d8, as you can see, goes into the water because of simple threat rook c8. So that is not possible. Maybe Jan can finally reach that moment. Oh, I need to develop that bishop, even I badly don't want to do that on a6. But that will completely repair his position and makes that bishop's healthy. Let's choose for that bishop a6.
This is Jan again. I need a short mental break, so that's why I tell you my thoughts from today. First of all, to me the game is fire, so the intro with all the, or the trailer with all the fire and explosions and so on, for me it's happening on the board. I don't know about you guys, but it's tight. And I don't know if you saw Gukesh versus Nadj back today. I watched this with fascination, how well Gukesh defended, and just believe in your chance, don't give up, and try to find the best moves. Being consistent worked out for him. I hope that didn't spoil the video on demand for anybody. But yeah, Tata Steel Chess is just super, super great, I think. Yeah, and what else? It's a weekend finally, so everybody should say, hooray, weekend. Yes.
Hello, and hello, Thanasis. Welcome to our stream. And you are completely right about this. This bishop d8 is not possible because rook can take that bishop. Exactly, that is the reason why bishop a6 is the strongest move now, because that threat bishop d8 becomes super real after bishop a6. So please cheers for bishop a6, bishop a6, bishop a6. And in that case, we can expect complete fire, and Jan will start to with reparation of his very passive position. This rook seems pointless now. I'm speaking, of course, about that move. After that move, bishop a6, very important move, and bishop d8 becomes serious threat. What is going? What is
And I'm
coming
getting
now?
kind of chat. No, he moved. Yeah, I better think.
Oh, Jan shocked me every time when he is doing something with his mouse. So please, Jan, stop to do that in the future. I'll get some heart attack, and it's really difficult to without oscillation with my voice and without distortion in my feelings. Rook d8. Again, very simple idea, and he's missing because of the problem to develop bishop on a6. What this guy on c8 is doing multiple days, and what is this? Will you play bishop d7? Is that necessary? Just bishop a6, rook d7 was not possible, bishop b5, skewer through the rooks and pick one of them, win the game, trade the rooks on the c file, go down the second rank. Very simple story. White literally throw, I don't know, between 4 or 5 moves. So after rook c6, white goes king f2, unnecessary move. h4, completely unnecessary move. So he literally gives some chances to finally do something about undeveloped queen side, but again, Jan showed that I don't see the point about this rook d8. What is going on, Jan? He'll try to explain now something, but still, oh, this is a mistake. Oh, this is a serious mistake. I don't get it. You know, now everything has a sense, and you can see how how fast the position could be reversed and turn in some other direction. And after this rook d8, I believe we Jan have a clear path to continue with something like bishop d7, attacking the rook, and of course taking the pawn on a4. That is the main reason why rook d8 was a successful move. And yeah, but you know, bishop a6, simple. That was really good. Now the only one, bishop d7. Trade that eye for the eye, take the pawn on a4, the knight is hanging, and who knows, maybe Jan can win with this variation. Bishop d7, try to follow me. Bishop d7, rook has to go somewhere. In my opinion, he can go on d6, attacking d7 bishop twice. When that happens, Jan has to react with the bishop. So logically, seems that
he will take the pawn on a4, attacking the knight. Knight is under pressure, and rook is under pressure on d6. So if white takes the rook, Jan can take the white rook on d8, with the bishop attacking the rook on c7, and the knight still under pressure and attack from the bishop on a4. So double attack. The only one for white is to go back with his rook on c3 to give protection for the knight, and that is how eventually can save the position, but staying with one pawn down. In my opinion, that is technically winning position for Jan after all these sequences. So if he play bishop d7, rook d6, bishop a4, rook d8, bishop d8, attacking the rook, rook c3 to protect the knight, bishop takes the knight, rook takes the bishop, and in that moment probably one of the best move is rook c8 to take advantage over the open c file, and 2 versus 1, just push the pawns. Majority on the queen side could be decisive. Also after that, bring the kings, king f8, king e7, king d6 into the center, and I believe that is winning position. So that is very simple, very unexpected chance given from the GoldsmanB. I believe Jan can see that line and that continuation, which gives him a clear advantage and very, very serious and big chance to win this very tough game. You know, as always, go Jan, go.
Hello, hello, and here we are. Bishop d7. Good move, Jan. Oof. I'm kind of peaceful now because of obvious continuation, and I don't believe Jan will miss this simple idea. In fact, when he takes the pawn, that fact the knight on b3 is hanging, so that gives him a very good vibe and very good desperado mode if white starts to take with taking of his pieces. At the end, the problem is double attack. Jan can recapture the rook with the bishop, and of course I'm speaking about this variation. So bishop, of course, taking the pawn, exactly. So well calculated. As you can see, obviously, after bishop d7, directly bishop a4. Do not spend the time you spend already. You check that several times. So some obvious story, you can believe in your calculation and go further. I believe after 5 or 7 minutes, you'll see the zenith of the position and maximum and the best line possible for you. So bishop a4, be confident about that, and I believe that is the 100% good for black. And the only way to save the material losses, big material losses, is to take the rook, and then Jan can take, and I believe he'll do that with his bishop. Whoa, wow, this one, I forgot completely this one. This brings another troubles, but anyway, that was the last chance to develop his pieces, and Jan should be satisfied with this variation. Yeah, I completely forgot about these moments. The main problem why black can't continue with some desperado modes to take with his bishop, for example, on h4. d4 is obviously not possible because knight from b3 will take back that bishop, and he's not hanging anymore. So maybe you can take on h4 if you want to take some material, and after that, when white recaptures somehow on h4, you can take the knight on b3. Anyway, I think that is not good solution for Jan, because white can simply take the bishop after bishop h4, gh4, and after bishop b3, really easy, rook e7, doubling the rooks on the 7th rank, making them unstoppable. And king will suffer, struggling about constant pressure and some chances to be checkmated, especially when white add the knight on e5 or g5. I think the game is over. So at this moment, very important fact is to play something like to play something like, you know, a rook f8, for example, with rook f7. Still some relief, you know, the bishops need to be open, and now we have 2 versus 1 idea to push the pawns on the queen side. That is kind of relief, and otherwise we are struggling all the time. No space, some silly and bad maneuvers on the 7th and 6th rank. Very low amount of space
Hey
for
everyone, I'm
Jan.
so scared of a blind swine mate. The blind swine mate happens if you put your rooks on the 7th rank or the 2nd rank, and then just do this shuffling with the rooks, and Opponent's king gets checkmated. So I'm trying to prevent this. Probably bishop h7 could be a good move here. But then I'm for sure losing my... No, I don't. The h7 pawn could go to h5. If I take the knight, he takes the bishop. And then...
Yeah, I'm back. I was quiet. Jan is thinking about some bishop g7. Bishop g7 is actually a really cool move if he saw that rook e7 is not available because of bishop f8. And that is what I call the bishop protector. So bishop on f8 beside the king is the main protector, bishop protector A, and sometimes even we have the second bishop on e8, and that is, of course, in my chess vocabulary, bishop protector B. So these bishops gives the protection for very important g7 and f7 squares. Keep them alive, stay low. The Jan have one very important, crucial tempo. That is the fact white knight on b3 is hanging. So bishop g7 is available, rook f8 is available. No, Jan, where are you going? Well, probably I'm giving a pressure for the Jan heart rate, and 87. I'm believing. I believe that my heart rate is pumping more now. Definitely. It wasn't necessary to completely shut down that activity for the bishop on h8, g7, and later on f8, making some wall for the rooks, and rooks can be trapped there, especially this guy on e6 after some period. So imagine that bishop on f8 in next move. He's bringing the protection for g7. He's giving a full control over the f8, a3, and helps about very fast and serious approach with the pawns on the queen side. Just push. Go back with the bishop and a5, b5, a4, b4. Let's go. Just push the pawn. You have the rook behind the pawn. Push the pass pawns. Very important fact. And you need some help. Perfect help could be the bishop on f8, but I have to stop to regret about some past times and to see what is possible now. Good thing is that fact the knight has to go somewhere. So one pawn must go down, and some knight bd2 or I don't know, knight c1. Oh, knight c1 is the best move. Yeah, rotation, knight d3, knight e5. Really tough. Anyway, we had even worse scenarios. This is pointless move, of course, because you have the worst knights are knights which protects each other, and taking this one square, very important square, from each other, and that's the problem. So avoid this situation. It was much better option for white to keep further with knight c1, knight d3, knight e5. That is a weakened square, to get more control over that square. This is something, like solid move, or I just like to call that grandpa move. So some guys in the park playing chess, having a fun, taking some air and fresh air and some sun, and when you ask them what is the result, they actually doesn't know, because that is not important. If you are planning to become better in chess, you should play more aggressive, more proactive, and more action reaction chess. You need to see what is coming if you want to win the game, and to become, first of all, better, and later, of course, to have some good results. So knight d2 is a schematic move. Just play somewhere with the knight. Okay, usually he's there on d2. What is the purpose for the knight on d2? He can jump on f3, e4, c4. Neither he can go back where he was on b3, but even there he was pointless. No further jumps for him, like a5 or c5. So very, very bad move played by GoldsmanB, giving some time for Jan to recover his position again and again and again. That is a problem all the time, some recoveries instead of creativity and some imagination and some possibilities to create something good. What to say for Jan next ideas and moves? Probably the best move is rook d7. Black has to stop activity of the rook on the 7th rank, even if he will lose the pawn on d5. And that was all because of this bishop h8. What is the point? Sometimes bishop goes on h8 when you don't want to trade him after classical bishop e3, queen d2, and battery, follow up with bishop h6. Then you are going back on h8, but I didn't get it. Why this g7? Yeah, of course, rook e7, and then we have to see bishop f8 tempo attacking the rook on e7. That was probably reason why Jan picked that very fast bishop h8. No other ways. Rook e7 is coming, so knight doesn't hanging anymore. Maybe rook c8, rook d c8, but that is just chasing the rook. Maybe that is okay, yeah. Then rook e7, rook e7, again, really difficult. Maybe, yeah, maybe that, bishop e7, no. At the end, pawn on a7 goes down. That is what we want to avoid. That is our hope, to push a and b pawn against b pawn. Maybe we'll win that. Oh, I forgot completely. Jan is on very low on time. 4 minutes 30 seconds. Oh, rook d7. Rook d7, giving that pawn on d5 after trades. Bishop goes back, and let's push the pawn. a5, b5, a4. keep that rook on a8 because he's the main protector for the pawn. Yeah, something like this. But as I said, the main problem in this position is rook is coming on e7. And Jan predict that, but who knows? We'll see what is coming. Maybe he's planning to give the h7 pawn, and I hope he will start the path with the pawns a5, b5, a4. Fast approach with that pawns gives some hope for black. Yeah. Yeah, the outcome, thanks to asking now, he needs to trade one pair of the rooks or h7 is lost. Or yeah, you are completely right. That was the reason why I mentioned rook d7 is necessary. Remove that rook from the 7-second rank. You know, that is good fact. We want to, how we are developing our rooks, put them on the open files. If you have chances, bring them on the 7-second rank, and they are the most active there. The reason is multiple reasons, that completely squeezing the king space, and if you can see theoretically, you know, using the basic math at the beginning, we have the most pieces on the most pawns on the 2nd rank, and it's not possible to move them all. Anyway, if you move them all, no one no one protects that 7th or 2nd rank. And as you can see, the rooks can shuffle
Hello
everywhere.
chat, hello Balint, this is Jan, and by now I know what happens. You know, these streamers, those are usually international masters or grandmasters, and they are playing this, what it is called, where they bring the elo up, where they show speedrun. This is probably grandmaster with his 2nd, 3rd, 4th handle is playing a classical speedrun. That's it. Now I have it.
Very nice explanation, Jan, but you would like that, but that is not true. Do not speak lies on the stream. You know, you have some viewers here, and you must respect that. So he's joking, of course. This guy is not grandmaster. This guy is not international master, and this is not his 3rd or 4th account. And yeah, he had multiple chances to destroy Jan, but he missed that. And you know, this is everything happens, you know, like a domino effect. When you play just one bad move in chess, sometimes you can be punished with lightning fast response. And as I said, action reaction, we cannot see how big reaction and how big consequences could be when we play some pointless and bad move, or when we calculate bad and we miss something very, very obvious. That facts, Jan keeps like nothing happens. You know, I'll save all my pawns. I have multiple holes everywhere, so it's over. Knight g5. That is the last knife in the back, and I don't see how to cover all these weaknesses.
And by
So
now I
now,
wouldn't wonder. I mean, we're at move 28 when he plays with a 99%, what's it called again? This
accuracy.
this super nice English word.
Yeah, he
percentage,
cannot hear
whatever.
me.
Like
He said.
maybe a slight mistake or something. But maybe not. And maybe this is all just super bad. I don't know. And Barland, I'm not
Accuracy.
hungry. Definitely, I'm not hungry. Maybe I'm tired and I need to take a rest, but I'm not hungry.
Yes, Thanasis, the rooks coming on the seventh, in this case, seventh rank, and the king is squeezed. Anyway, this h5, Jan play like nothing happens, and as I said, big lecture for you, Jan, from today is you have to develop your pieces.
So just my 2 cents. I mean, it's
very
basically easy to finish me off, I think, and that would be just knight to g5. Then he could go knight to f7, just taking my defending h8 pawn. Oh. Interesting. Okay, let's see. You know, Braveheart, freedom. I don't know if it's worth it because I'm pawned down, but it's nice to be free with the double rooks.
Let's go, freedom. Big lecture for you, Jan, from today is that fact. You move your rook by accident, literally, because he forced you to play with that rook from a8. That is a disappointing fact and very, very ugly fact for the future. Big, I don't know, big alert about this fact. You didn't play with your rook literally how much? I'm sorry. 29 moves. That is completely. And you please do not allow that in the future. That is super ugly fact. So you didn't have a time 29 moves to literally just give him any kind of purpose, any kind of energy, And he stays into the corner, big fat piece of wood. No energy, no life. You do that. So instead of that, as you can see, you cannot fight without pieces. You're all the time fighting without 5 energy. That is a 5 pawn unit. Completely pointless, not waiting, sleeping into the corner. At the end, finally, he gave you any chances to move that rook. Otherwise, probably that will be even 5 or 6 moves more to push him somehow and somewhere. And still white. You can see what about the bishop pair? Complete nonsense story. Jan, what is going on? Jan is super tired. That's the problem.
Haha, I just hung the bishop, and there we have it again. Love it. Wonderful.
I'm shocked. Guys, believe me, I'm completely shocked. make analyze and commentary will be ugly, very ugly for Jan. I suppose I'll control my emotions and I will not be super rude, but this deserves just, I don't know, 3 days of prison, minimum. 3 days in prison. So what is going on here? What is going on here?
It's so
Fork,
easy.
no.
Take the bishop, check. I need to go out of the way. And then I can attack his rook, but then this and here and there. Just all super bad. Super bad. Super, super, super bad.
Oh, yeah. So bad.
So bad, so bad. Yes, hello Barland. So I'm super curious about the analysis, and let's just go straight into it. And congratulations, of course. My opponent was super nice playing. And
Congrats, GoldsmanB. It was nice game, and at the end, I believe deserve victory. But I'm waiting to hear Jan opinion. Yeah, let's go directly in to analyze this game. What to say as I prepare some viewers and chat about that. I suppose I'll not be a super rude and I'll control my emotions, but you shocked me several times, Jan, during this game, and you waste a lot of opportunities to play a very very cool, very normal game, and that was the main problem was undevelopment, your development and undeveloped pieces. So you cannot allow, literally, you allow that you play with the rook from a8 by accident because he hit you in the move 29. That is not normal, Jan. You can explain everything, but that is unexplainable. So rook on a8 staying 29 moves, man. No way. So literally you are playing all the time without pieces, chasing, blocking some stuffs, also miscalculation. In the moment you catch the final chance, the real chance to activate your bishops, you literally again throw again and again and again. So this guy, all respect to the GoldsmanB, but he played just standard, solid, nothing game with a lot of grandpa moves, nothing serious. But you literally destroy yourself, Jan, with that undeveloped pieces, playing several times with one bishop, several times with another one, rook e8, rook d8. What's the point? Bishop on c8 also played by accidentally. Nothing. Bishop a6.
Barland, I cannot
cheers for.
follow. Can you show me the moves in the
I'm
study?
sorry. Analysis. Just a sec. I'm adding this one. The
Thank
game.
you.
The game into our common study. So I was shocked and I was happy and again shocked and million emotions during this
Barland, I
game.
didn't even notice.
I know that. You'll hear that later. So anyway, just give me a what? Wait a sec. I need to add this one into the. So I need to arrange study and. It's. You finally catch some chances. I was super sad for you at the end. It was
We'll see,
you are
Balint.
always
I played my very
always
best. I thought the best moves to be played, but I obviously missed something. So now I'm very curious what I missed.
You missed your chances to open that queen side, and to also please mentality about that. I survived 20 moves. I know that is success against Caruana, but that is not good mentality. So try to delete that approach. You are not surviving, you are fighting, and you are just awaiting moment to jump, like a cobra and hit the opponent. That's the point. So you are not surviving. You are fighting properly, and you'll see you had multiple chances to just reverse that bad story for you and start.
Balint. Do you
I
know
know.
what? Do you know what the what's it called? If you build up a lot of suspense, yeah. Do you know what that means?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm like full of suspense, and I finally like to see what happened. So, can you go into the study and then show me, please?
Of course, but
I'm
I
bursting out of
cannot.
suspense.
Can you add that? Can you add that?
It's in our normal
this
study. I'll send it to
study?
you in Discord, the link. Where are you? You are here. Balint. There you are. Enter and paste. Enter. You got it in Discord.
Game study.
There you are. Finally, super nice.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
Balint, now I'm ready for everything you have to say and show me.
Okay. So we are here. Just a moment. I have to find your last game and to add her. So not studies. Just a sec. I'm feeling so bad and sad that I cannot explain.
Oh, I'm sorry, Balint. That was not the
That
intention.
was. I know you are feeling probably even worse. You play that, but I was.
Do you know,
Here is a
Balint?
chance.
Do you know this meme where there's a little child and it's laughing,
Yeah.
and then it goes slowly to this crying face? That's actually what I'm having all the time. Like, oh.
Yeah, someone cheering for the third place. Someone is not happy with the first one. So I know that feeling. So Goldsman, okay. D4 F5, classical story, and all good in Dutch defense. Everything is okay, and one guy in chat asked me. That was. I'm sorry.
Let me go through it. Was playing Andrew,
Yeah,
maybe?
I
As
can.
black, the moves I
can.
would consider Queen B6 and Rook B8. That?
No, I'm just speaking about C6. So.
Oh yeah, what is the point? That was Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew asked me about that. So why black is going with D6 and C6 ideas? As we saw, D5 was a problem, and I mentioned that the whole this whole becomes really vulnerable. So knight takes the control, and he can jump wherever he wants. After that, we can add the other knight to get another protection for E5, and that is full supremacy. That is a base where we can land our pieces. So that's the point why this D5 doesn't work. Otherwise, we can pick, as I said, Stonewall. So this is the Stonewall situation when you are playing this structure. So D5 and everything normal with C6.
Yeah, I
So
played that
zigzag
before I switched to the Leningrad, and with the
zigzag
Lenin,
maneuver, bishop e7.
yeah, and with the Leningrad,
Leningrad, yeah.
I just know that basically the goal of black is to push e5. So that's basically the only stuff I know is the setup that I played, and then somehow try to get to e5 and put pressure on the king side. That's all I know, but it didn't work this time.
But that can work, Jan. But you need to remove other variables. I don't know. You want this and this and this. No, it's not possible. Make that plan and do not play one by one move. Just bigger plan is important. So you know what you want. Yeah, and actually the question is why not knight c6? That is also idea. It is possible. So yeah, maybe it's not necessary c6, and you're right. Knight c6, and if white push d5, you have that e5 approach. So after c3, basically, yes, you are completely right. We can check with the computer. Bravo. Knight c6. So d5 doesn't work because of e5. Oh, because of
I can just take and -1.
free. Knight c6 was better, but I thought it's okay. I will delete. I will remove the computer. I thought d6 is stable. Who cares? You can develop your pieces on some other way. But then I realize you'll be vulnerable here, and queen gives some unpleasant check.
Yes, correct.
On b3. That's the problem. So maybe you can provoke his knight g5, and first of all, keeping some chances to push e5. Maybe you can play e6. And I don't know, queen e7, king h8, and later I don't know, some chances to push e5 if you want that badly. But something smells bad, and probably this fact c6 was inaccuracy. Did you mean during the stream you mentioned about? Did you mean about accuracy? Your opponent play very well or something? You spoke about that.
Yes.
About how he played really good.
To me, I think he played the first 30 moves with like 3 minor mistakes, but nothing serious. So like almost a perfect game. First 30 moves.
No, Jan, believe me, that was oof. Multiple inaccuracies, even mistakes, even wasted opportunities. A lot of throwing, multiple bad moves played from both sides. As you can see, short castle, grandpa move again. Okay, it's nothing serious in my opinion. More proactive play could be connected with something like this, and your king is defined here, and he will stay here into this corner. So maybe that flexibility, who knows, at the end just king f1 he's safe, or maybe long castle
Yeah, we had the
also
pawn
allows
push
him
last
some
last game.
chances
Yes.
for attack, for attack, because you waste so much time playing c6, d6, d5. That is first series of wasted tempies for
Yes.
wasted
In
tempies for him.
hindsight, I hate d5. It's just bad.
I know that, and you also realize that. Then you said you have a bishop pair. Bishop pair is not good for you in this situation. What do you have when you have a block center and bishop pair? Nothing. You have a big pawn, and I said that a million times. Also, this guy stayed undeveloped until move 23, 25. I don't know. Just develop him bishop a6, play the game normally. bishop g3. In this moment, I just mentioned that he doesn't need to move that. So again, you waste another tempo to move the knight from the center. Maybe you have to bring the other one or something. Who's gonna control these squares? He can play e4. He can open this diagonal. You can be really badly punished. So now, for example, he can continue with c4, bringing another pressure. When you take, as I mentioned, the problem is this square is super protected, and that is a really easy and simple idea to use the semi-open. Hello,
Yeah, that's
GoldsmanB.
yeah,
Congrats.
that's what I noticed, Barlind, and I was really just going for the bishop, yeah, to get the bishop pair, which was not good. So that's the first learning here. Thank you.
Bishop pair is just relative story, Jan, as I said, and then that was something probably what maybe pissed me off the most, and I was start to scream about that, Jan, that is relative, and do not, stereotypes, classical stereotypes, like every blonde are stupid, or every soccer player, or blah blah blah. We have some stereotypes, and that is actually really really bad. We cannot think schematically about some unique and beautiful game like chess is. So small details, small finances gives you the chances to make some magic, to bring some magic on the board. And that standard top story depends from especially from the center. So this guy doesn't have any available diagonal. So what is the purpose for him on the board? And also you brought him on the game in 23rd, 25th move.
But Balint, I thought about playing b6 and bishop a6, but
and what is the purpose for him there? Again, and when you can see one tempo, two tempis, bishop a6, and what is the target there? I cheered for that move several times, probably 5 times during the stream. But at the end, what is the purpose? You don't have a target there. I said that just develop him to have any chances to do something with your rook. You are literally fighting all the time without bishop and rook.
Balint, the question is why I didn't play it is that I would create such a bad pawn on c6.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, I understand. Bishop g3. So, and the probably the worst nightmare for me was the option to that story. When I listened that idea, you will give your knight and bishop for pawn and rook. I was Jan, please no, please never do that. Please do not do that, man.
So it's not a good idea.
You can. Of course, that is not never a good idea. I told you that two pieces are priceless, and it's a big in just on the paper. That is equal just on the paper. Bishop is 3, knight is 3. Okay, that is 6 against rook and pawn. That is also 6. That never works. Believe me, in 90% of situation, do not even thinking about that story. Not centralized pawns. Even if you kill e3 and d4, you will be completely destroyed, because at the beginning and in the middle game, two light pieces can organize attack on one square. If you compare bishop and bishop, or bishop and knight, or two knights against rook and pawn, you have just one active piece, that is rook. also very big problem for him is every attack is a wasted time for him. So every attack by the knight or bishop is probably wasted time for your opponent because he need to move that rook. That is about active piece. So you can imagine how pointless is that pawn. You know, he's just waiting to to be a double attack, and rook is protecting him, but light piece is just, you know, like piranhas attacking the smaller weaknesses, making some supremacy 2 versus 1 in the particular part of the board against the rook.
Second learning. Thank you, Valent.
Never even do not think about. So you can think about that in some deep end game where the rook and pass pawns could be a decisive advantage because rook support the pass pawn. He's really fast, and two light pieces can be organized together. If you can have two light square bishops, then okay, bishop on a2 and bishop on c4 can stop the pawn progress. Every other synergy is not eternal, and if knight protects the bishop, you will attack the knight. If bishop protects the knight, you will attack the bishop, and you are chasing the light pieces, pawn goes further. But that happens in deep, very deep endgame without queens, without some attacks or something. In this
Valent,
peaceful,
and I thought I was so clever.
and in this position, that was actually really bad. That could be a very, very bad decision, and probably immediately you'll be minus, I don't know, +3 for him. So I'm speaking about these moments. So if you take look at this evaluation, 0 0 0 because of knight b6. Knight b4 is, but immediately that was a correction. No point for knight b4, and maybe knight f6 is also okay. Just do not give that trades. You were super proud when you said, "Oh, I took the bishop and I have a bishop pair." That
Yes,
was,
it was.
you know, just light me up on the max. You know, I was, oh, Jan. That is not true, you know. You are living in Matrix. So
But
basically,
Balint,
this
I have no clue about these things. Yeah, as you said, the
I
two
swear.
pieces for the rook and the pawn, I had no clue. Then I thought, well, in any case, the two
You'll hear
bishops
that
are worth more
later.
than the both knights, so I'm basically good. But I was obviously not, so it's a learning. Okay.
Knight b6 is cool. Knight b6 is cool. Just to remove the bishop from that diagonal or this diagonal, and he has to go. Simple idea: bring that bishop, move him, because you're fighting without, as I said, 8 energy units. Bishop were 3, rook 5, but what they are, piece of wood.
Balint, you know my
Nothing.
nature by now. Then I think if I played with -8 pieces, yeah, then I played pretty well.
Yeah, and you start to play really well, and then when you get some chance, big chance, then you start to play what? Anyway, so this, as you can see, gives him a direct advantage +5 and growing, because the rook is coming on the 7th rank, and your undeveloped piece is completely what to do. King is
I had
far
not.
away. We are really. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I had not thought of rook c7 for a single second. It didn't came to my mind until he played it, and I was like, "Oh, there's a rook in the 7th rank. Lovely." Yeah, I really didn't notice at all before.
At the end, you found amazing idea how to push back his rooks and how to synchronize your bishops, and again, blowout. Nothing happens. You throw everything. So be yelling. This could be a good, and then you completely
Balint,
tell. But
I
this move is
couldn't hear you.
big,
Please
big
repeat. I
improvement.
couldn't hear you. I
Only
couldn't hear you. Please repeat. You had a dropout.
You are joking, Jan, right?
Yes, you were dropping out. Your voice was not hearable. Please repeat.
Okay. So you play amazing move. I need to give you a big credit for this one. This bishop f6 is the only normal stable move you played all the game. So. I just from this moment, bishop a6, you have to play bishop a6. But obviously, as you can see, this move is the best one. Some good control over the knight and very successful connection between this pawn and bishop. Buying some time to develop your main trouble, these rooks. So you have to play very fast bishop a6, immediately rook e c8 to remove just one of the GoldsmanB rooks on the 7th rank. So pointless move. What is the purpose? When I played bad, my coach asked me, "Okay, Balint, play again," and I play again, and okay, so play again. And he's giving me literally 3 punch. I'm hitting him, and he's laughing into my face. Basically, you have to ask deeply and seriously what he wants to do with this rook 1c6. What is the purpose? As you know my joke, that is a threat with empty gun. Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I thought d6 and
What is the
taking
problem? And obviously, you have some big problem to put the bishop on a6. Crown goes down if you goes there, and you completely try to find everything and every explanation for every grandpa move you played, instead of literally basic stuff and development. So just simple bishop a6. I believe you are not worst in this whole game. I have to check with the computer. 0-3 for him. But you have serious chances to reduce that pressure from the rooks. Bishop b5, rook ac8, whatever you want. In that case, you can calculate for some development, for something good. Okay, king g8. Opponent gives you literally three tempes. King f2, completely. Why? Do you need to bring your king? Yes, maybe you can, but do something with your rooks. They will not be here forever. I believe the best move is knight e5. First of all, again, another stereotype. I my pawns. Look at them; they are basically really bad. Who cares for them? Priorities. What are you doing with this guy? Finally, you will realize, oh, I need to develop my bishop. Otherwise, he'll push even deeper, or maybe knight d4, or whatever he wants. He's just progressing. We are staying paralyzed on the 7th. or not on the 7th, on the 8th rank, Jan. That's the problem. 8th rank, you don't have any activities from your pieces. That is why I blame you for this. Very smart move. I didn't mention that during stream, and we shall check that with the computer, the best move. So keep with your development. This move just stop the time and reducing the pressure. So maybe knight e5 is the best. H3.
Maybe you're interested why I played it. I think I said in the stream, I had this super idea of trapping his c7 rook. And unfortunately, I only found out that it doesn't work when it was too late. So that was my problem there.
But that came later. That came super late after every other stuffs. This bishop f6. I'm sorry, that was before. I'm sorry.
Yes,
so
but that was the reason why I didn't play bishop a6.
But the main problem is you didn't so really simple skewer. That is not important to hold d7 square. He can't go there because anyway you will attack to his two rooks. You'll see. So bishop f6, good move to stabilize and close and how to say split that board on the half. This is kind of safe house for the king. You can bring him.
But Balint, if he played rook d6, there was no way to defend the d5 pawn.
The fact is, you cannot move the pawn from e7, and as I said, he cannot play that rook d7.
Yes, but he could have played. Yeah, he could not. Okay. Yes, and Balint, there is the thing that I notice this a lot in my earlier games, that if I have an idea, yeah, like I'm really concentrating on that idea, and the other moves that are I'm just not taking care of them. Yeah, so that's one thing that I'm kind of one-eyed or blind on one eye then. Yeah.
I'm sorry to ask you. I need to. What is your? No, it's
my motivation to play chess. Funny.
No. No, this that story about why are you all the time connect with that standard story and your first idea, you're following that. So yeah,
I just
one.
forget that there's other stuff. Then I have this idea. I think, oh, it's so super great. That would be cool if I make it. And then I think of it, and I didn't see that it doesn't work, and that's why I played it. Of course, I thought it would be fantastic.
Yeah. So bishop a6, we can see much better move. King f2, e6. And I believe now after bishop a6, as you can see, you are completely good. You will remove one rook, and even then you can continue with your idea. So that doesn't do something like that. And you have that idea to play, and then you realize, oh, my bishop is hanging, and now I said, finally it's time. Bishop a6, you play rook d8. And I was no way. And then your opponent played probably the worst move in the position, and that was a4. So maybe the worst move could be, rook b6 or rook a7, but something realistic and something, he played bomb. And you can see plus 1.5.
Balint, so then I think it was not 30 moves until my
Directly.
opponent did a bad move, but 24 moves. Okay.
During the stream, I calculate this variation. I said 30 moves for the rook. This one is came out in 24th.
That's what I played, okay.
Bishop d7.
That's also still okay, yes.
Rook d6 way, your bishop finally is alive. And I mentioned that
yeah, I would have
this
loved him to
variation
do that.
is completely lost.
Yeah,
because
but he didn't. Basically, I don't know.
You will take with your bishop.
I think I played Guy today.
At the move
Ben
number
probably.
28.
Yes, it is Ben. Okay, because last time I played against a woman and she told me, Jan, in the stream you always said he, but I am she. Yeah. Okay.
Yo, so black is better. Black is winning.
Yes,
That
but
was
he
why
didn't play that. Yes. And here I'm now really curious, like what would have saved me. Yeah, I thought the bishop would be a great idea, but it was not.
No, just normal. And here bishop protector A, bishop protector
Balint,
B.
3 moves later I found out I don't need the bishop on h8, I need it on f8. And then I thought, well, not happy.
So you can see and you understand my feelings all this time, and it's so bad when you have a chances, and now I believe you have full realistically chances. For example, this is mistake, crucial mistake, and you're winning. So just this one and double attack. He doesn't have rook h7, and what? So the problem, this position is equal. Coming here, I thought one. He will take here. How it's possible this is equal? Very, very strange. Anyway, better continuation because you are piece up, and of course you can survive that. I mentioned that GoldsmanB played knight d2. So basically, this was one very unexpected and really bad move in my opinion. Basically, why you do there on d2, you have no progress after that. Instead of c1, d3, and he is really deep in the in your territory.
And the good thing is Ben just wrote
And after the last moment,
when he
chance
played the
for you, Jan, is okay. Who cares for everything? Rook d7. But yeah, at this moment you are down with the
Balint, I didn't play rook
and
d7 because then I would lose the pawn on d5.
But still not the end is not important. The house is burning. It's not important what are we wearing and how he looks. Hurry up, save the any chances, try to organize any activities. You just look at your pieces.
Yeah,
you know.
during we played, I took a look at it and I thought this doesn't look good, Jan. That was my idea. Mm, mm,
I like your approach, Jan, but
mm,
it's you're taking that super like a real gentleman, everything, and sometimes I
mm.
was. You
Balint,
cannot see my face. That is
and
good.
Ben,
Good
okay,
fact.
Balint, I believe Ben,
Mhm.
my opponent, he's also in chat. I have to tell you something. You know it already, but Ben doesn't. When I played my very first over the board tournament, I played a 14, 50-year-old girl, and she had a t-shirt, and there was a bubble saying, "Boys do cry." And I lost the game and I cried inside all the time. And even if I'm smiling here now, inside I'm crying. And it's just, yeah, so just that. Okay,
So
let's
you
go.
know my feelings. I'm laughing because of I want to
Mm.
cry. So it's maybe better
Laughing is
to
the best
laugh
way
or
to release pressure. Yes. Mm.
just. Mm. I'm sorry. Can you hear that? I release pressure. Okay. Yeah.
Mm. Yes. Mm.
Okay, let's continue. What was here? And now, after this move, I believe you stayed without some real option to do
Mm.
something. Super passive position, and knight will end up somewhere here as
Yes.
you situation for the king. You felt that during the game with knight e6 over. And as I said, big lecture for today. You play once with your rook. You know my feelings. You know I don't want to repeat that, and
Move
you
29,
need to watch.
Barland. Better late than never. Mm.
That is correct. That is for sure correct.
Mm.
Ay,
Mm.
okay. So rook a7, and now maybe last chance to activate your rook, but everything seems really safe in
Yeah,
in the
basically was
white
over right
position.
away from here. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
That is the power of the rook
Mm.
on the seventh rank.
Mm.
Maybe you felt that you have a double bishop pair, or maybe I'm joking.
Yes.
I
Yeah, no,
have to
no.
do that
Mm.
because
Mm.
ah b5, another b5. This guy finally somewhere. Let's go somewhere. Let's
Mm.
do something. We cannot survive the knights when the knights comes further. G5, E5. Mm, nasty.
Mm.
Rook C7, King F8, and yeah, geometry. Now multiple threats. You cannot avoid all these ugly stuffs, these ugly checks, and that is coming on H7 or E6. Whew, you can see big troubles. Rook D7 was a final chance, but he will bring, step by step, ignoring your big pawn on E8. As you can see, he's in every Dutch defense, in every French defense. This guy is usually pointless and big pawn
Mm.
hidden behind his own walls.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
you must activate him soon as possible.
Mm.
That gives you a normal chances to have a standard situation. Anyway,
Mm.
this tap, and
Yeah.
it's
Yada
over.
yada yada. Mm. Mm.
Of the full complete stream could be this one. So Andrew, thanks. This is the biggest lesson of today. this one. And of course, the best move, knight c6, very important lesson, and this strategical move, bishop f6. That is what I like the most, and what was the best played move from your side.
It took me 12 minutes
so the best
to find
move,
it.
bishop f6. I'm super satisfied. I'm
Took
sorry?
me 12 minutes to find it.
Yeah, that took you a lot. I thought I choose for bishop a6, but this move is much better. In my opinion, this guy is a very important protector for e7 square. And later, after bishop a6, you have a chances to recover. For some recovery, rook ac8, trade that rook, very, very active rook on the 7th rank, and you'll survive. Either this rotation, king g8, is something what I support, because you are bringing your king and opportunity to protect vulnerable squares at the specific moments. But as you can see, in the future, you should play bishop a6.
Yes.
You must play that. It's fully necessary. Now the rooks basically must goes back, and for example, I don't know, h3 according to computer, but from probably pick not in any madness before. From this moment, I will pick the black pieces and I will say, oh yes, this is playable. Everything before this, everything after this was, I'm not mess with that. That is not my piece, That is not from me, and I do not touch that. So like someone who that was a question, will Carlsen or beat you with a piece down or something. The first of all, he will never accept that. Can Messi and Ronaldo win together in 80 minutes when they lose 5-0? Who cares? They will not do that. So that's the point. I'm not touching the position which I cannot control earlier. So from this moment, I will proudly take that. Okay, Jan, this is cool. Let's speak about serious chess. Bishop b5 and completely playable. If another move, grandpa move, comes from the white side, then I believe is to bring your king closer, and then in that case, after 5-7 moves from now, when you stabilize position, then you can maybe say that, oh wait, I have a bishop pair. Then you can work how to make any progress here, to reorganize your bishop on some other squares, and also to bring the king with some e5 idea. Before that is nothing, not worthy to speak about, because simple fact, sometimes screen for that, that was undeveloped pieces. Simple. 4 active pieces, 2 sleepers. 4 workers, 2 doesn't work. Easy.
Balint, I
Easy
have 3 major learnings from this game. The one thing is that I should not chase his bishop to get a bishop pair. That was the first thing. The second second thing that I was so, well, that is the main learning I take from here, is when I let him take my knight on d5 with the bishop, so he can bring up the rook to c7 on the 7th rank. So that was something that I really hadn't in mind. It was not on the radar at all. It was just a surprise move when it came up. And that was something where I said, well, interesting. And of course, then, well, I'm kind of sadly proud that I managed such a long game without a rook and a bishop being moved. So, and finally, I'd like to say this was my
Like some divorced records, right? Something like that.
yes. So I think this was my third or fourth classical game with the Dutch.
Uh-huh.
So it's all learning, and I shouldn't be too sad. Of course, I'd like to win, as everybody likes to win. But this was just something where I'd say, I know, of course, the opening principles. I still didn't do it. And yeah, let's see how many more times I can say, oh, I know the opening principles, but I still neglected them. So I hope that will sometimes stop, of course. And what is the final thing? Balint.
In any case, Jan, I have to give you a credit. I'm sorry to interrupt you because as I said, you'll become a master of the Dutch defense. You have a big holes, but you are a good learner and you have a good working ethic. So you should think about that to see a little bit deeper. I know you'll think about your mistakes and you'll repair that problems. But probably the biggest thing you could learn today is that what Andrew said, and he mentioned this knight c6. So if you want to push e5, and you know that is the main idea, I just realized, and we can check that with queen e8. So at this moment, queen e8 is necessary to cover that instead of c6.
Yeah, so here it comes. As you know, I learned from the Chessable course, the Dutch Leningrad Dutch, and there is this basic setup, and it's always c6 instead of knight c6. So I need to finally see how the author is coming up with all the responses. Yeah, and so far I'm having 3 variations, Balint, in the Dutch. So I'm not learning.
But you should just avoid schematic way of thinking. That's the point here. Not maybe c6 is in 80% of situation, but this small finesse, this is not this not exclude your attempt and idea to push e5. And as I was scared d5, I completely forgot that is not possible. Or other move, probably there is in that curse queen e8 idea. So that is standard necessary story
Yes, and usually
to
with the
cover
knight
up.
usually with the knight on d7, you have lots of attackers for e5.
Exactly, and you don't need to be scared. Even if you push the pawn, you can push for the 2 squares. Later, after en passant, you will develop that bishop.
Yes.
And when you have a king to h8, something like this one, then you can bring him on g8, and he is super useful. And he's super useful. He stops the knight, and he's developed, and also he's involved into the fight, and very important piece for this activity.
And Balint, do you know
So,
what? I'm so happy once I find the time learning everything, yeah, because now I'm of course, the more I get into the Leningrad Dutch, the more I kind of start understanding
I'm
and
sorry, I
wanting
didn't
to.
hear you.
Yeah, I will. I'm probably dropping out for you. Yes. So the more I start playing the Leningrad Dutch, the more I kind of start understanding little things like what happens here, what happens there. And so I would love to have 3 weeks vacation and do nonstop exploring of this opening. Yeah, so that is my dream scenario, of course. Ben, you were really welcome. He just said thanks for the game. Yes. Loved it too.
If you catch that, you'll become master. I know you. As I said, so just basic. It was just a
And
bit
Balint,
planned on
this
set.
brings me
Mhm.
to the next step, and that is, as you know, for now I learned to mate with the queen versus the rook. Yeah, it's very interesting to me, and I try to push through that as fast as possible. Yeah, so that I get that out of the way and can concentrate on my openings again. So that is interesting. And one more thing, I'm sorry that I have to say so many things, but I just played against a national master in the Lichess Bundesliga. I was up by plus 2.5 against him, and then I blew it in the end game. Then he saw my game against Caruana, where I was also up, and he said, Jan, I took a look at your games, and you are playing pretty well, but you don't have to raise your ceiling, you have to raise your floor. And I found this really interesting because I think I'm kind of okay, and then I blow it somewhere. Yeah, and if I can
Mhm.
get rid of those one move blunders and these obvious not developing stuff and everything, it's just consistency on the floor. If that makes sense in English, then it will be better. I think yes. Yes.
Would be better for sure.
Mm,
You know what to do, and you know what
mm,
where you need to make some improvements. I
mm,
watch your Scandinavian. I honestly was very skeptical, and at one moment, maybe this is step by step, learning every week, as you said, something new
mm,
about openings. If
mm,
you have a 3 weeks vacation, then you are for sure becoming one expert
mm,
for the Dutch. Anyway,
mm,
just keep. I'm supporting your choices and that Dutch defense.
mm,
Stay with that.
mm.
As you can see, we are learning small finances, small details, and you are will be better. You are becoming better every week. So
Yeah,
do
that's
not
right.
give up on this
Yeah.
Dutch
No, I
defense.
won't. I
At the
won't. I
beginning,
won't.
I was hater for that, but
Mm,
I realize
mm,
you like that, and
mm,
at the end, if you learn
mm.
some ideas, you'll be capable to play that on
Yes.
the very good
And
level.
Balint, that is so interesting that you're saying this because did you follow the conversation between Hans Niemann and Levi Rossman this week?
I'm sorry,
Okay,
no.
okay, okay. So Levi was complaining that he lost interest in becoming a GM because he's losing so many games, and then he is in the public eye, and he feels the pressure, and the pressure makes him losing the love for the game, and blah 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 blah. And Hans Niemann then said, "Well, I will become your coach." And I have little mental changes for you, and you will become better right away. And then he said, and I see you're playing a lot of the Dutch defense. Get rid of it, it's bad. And I was immediately
Like,
thinking of Balint.
I literally just took some facts, yeah,
Mm,
and that phrase and that
mm,
sequence was not written. One I don't know. Max Eve was a Flying Dutchman, and
mm,
he's of course Dutch. He's from Netherlands,
mm,
so he played several times that, but I don't know. Yugoslav Grandmaster, one of the best, Gligoric Svetozar,
mm,
I think, or also some, not Petrosyan, or who was there, Botvinnik. I think Botvinnik said that if opponents, no, Lasker, maybe Lasker.
mm,
I'm really sorry for that. I don't know, but
mm,
one world ex-world champion said that if my opponent wants to play Dutch defense,
mm,
please let him do that. Do not stop him. Give him that opportunity and chance to play that shitty opening.
yeah. Mm. Yeah, but I believe for me,
that is
Balint.
so
Mm,
super fun because we
yeah.
can see the computer nowadays completely gives the some balance position. So it's
Mm,
something on us. We need to learn some ideas, and probably I don't know. Maybe just some super grandmaster can beat you in this without some fight and then some
mm,
obstacles and
yes.
problems. So
Mm,
you can be strong enough to have a very playable position
yes. Yeah,
against almost everyone.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is also my idea because I will never play on Grandmaster or International Master or any master level. So I believe for my kind of level, the opening is good enough. And the good thing is that you can play it against so many things that White can play, and it makes you not having to learn so much stuff like many openings and so on.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is also, yeah, that is okay. Maybe you can if you stay with this one, you'll be better and better.
Yes.
Every
And
next game.
Balint, did I send you today the meme with the two Kermits? I think I
I,
did. Did I?
I didn't
Let me
I
shortly
didn't
check
see.
if I did.
Yeah,
No,
send me.
I didn't send it to you, and I can't send it into chat here. I just describe it. There was Kermit, the normal Kermit puppet, and there was the Kermit puppet with a black hood like Darth Vader or the Emperor from Star Wars. And the normal
Okay.
Kermit was saying, I'd like to dig deeper into my openings and learn it better. And the Emperor Kermit said, no, learn a new opening. And that was so super funny to me because it describes my feeling a lot. Because, I'd like to dig deep into it and get the understanding for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's always the urge and the concern, well, is it bad and do I need to learn new stuff, more stuff, and so on? So for me, it is just I play the stuff that I tried to learn and I get better, and then it will be kind of okay. And once I did that to a certain level where I say it's okay for me, then I will move on and learn another opening. But I won't like to have like 3-5% knowledge of an opening and then jump right away to other openings so that I have opening knowledge very little for many openings. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason why I'd like to stay with the openings I have and learn more of them. Just a matter of time, and it will come.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
Mm.
time. Just stay focused and connected
Yes.
with one
Mm.
opening, and of course you'll be better. Try to remove mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
analyze after the games, and you'll see directly what was bad. Anyway, as mm, Hans Newman said that he'll be a coach for Levi. I want to be your mental coach about two phrases you said today
Mm-hmm.
during our conversation. First
Mm-hmm.
of all, you said, I will never be capable to play against international master, grandmaster, super grandmaster, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? You cannot say that in the future. Please, never again. And the second phrase is stop. Yeah, like you said, someone is happy with the third place, someone is not happy, sad, or just, nothing special with the first place. Anyway, this successful played 20 moves. I survived 20 moves.
Mm-hmm.
That is also some how to say bad mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You are capable to fight with everyone, especially in your main favorite opening, where you are master and expert, Dutch defense, and
No.
some other guys could
Mm-hmm.
be happy to survive,
Mm-hmm.
to be equal with you, with the white pieces in the move number 20. That
Mm-hmm.
is the perspective and view how you need to think about the future.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's correct. Yes.
Okay, so we have a deal for the future.
We do. All right, so lovely. Then I think that was a long post-mortem analysis. And Ben, sorry that we didn't invite you to the voice chat. So if you're still
We
in
forgot.
chat, I see that you're
Just
still
stop.
in the analysis. Do you have last words, Ben, in the chat on YouTube? So just take a look. So for me, I have to tell you, the best thing about this was preparing the trailer. I loved it to play around with the video and the explosions and the fire and everything. So that was a lot of fun for me to do, of course. And then our game gave me the opportunity or possibility to learn more stuff about the opening. So thank you that you gave me the chance to play the Dutch. And what I of course like to understand, as Balint is always asking, did you prepare for our game? That is something, because I never prepare for opponents. I don't have the time. I just sit down at the board and just play. Okay, so maybe you can answer that later too. So we are all tired and need to go to bed probably.
Yeah.
Balint, thank you again for taking that time. It is always appreciated. I always enjoy it. So even if I'm sad, you make me smile. And yeah, for me, it was very interesting because, as you know, chess is just a game for me. It's nothing where my life is depending on or something. But of course, it has the ability to bring me in moods. And today it was like, oh no. And when I noticed I'm going to lose, I was just like, I didn't even notice where the moment was where I lost, except for the blunder at the end. Yeah. But then during the analysis, I found out, and that was really nice to see where the mistakes were. So thank you for that too. Okay. Balint, last words from your side.
Yeah. Thank you everyone to stay with us, and thanks for the commentary into the chat. I have a company, and I survived my bad feelings during the stream, and I am still here and alive with multiple shots made by Jan. That was interesting at the end. Very from my perspective, very educative game. And if I make a commentary for 3 or 4 more this serious Dutch game, I'll probably start to play that and take Grandmaster known with this opening.
Go
So
Balint, go Balint, go
I'm waiting
Balint.
for next moments, and we can learn together in very soon next stream made
Yes,
by
that's
Jan.
a nice
So
aspect.
thanks,
Very
Jan.
nice.
That was a nice game, and my apologies because if I said something rude or if I was
Balint, when I learned some things from Hans Niemann and Levi Rossmann, then it is the more drama, the better.
Yeah, but that was my honest feelings, and
Yes.
I sometimes, you know me, I can't stop my
but those are always best. Yes. And Balint, to end this stream on a good note. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but you were analyzing my game against Fabiano Caruana, yeah, last week, and it has over 1,000 views by now. So I was surprised. It was really nice.
That was a game, and Dutch defense. If someone didn't saw that before, you can check. That was a nice opening, and in that game you are right to say that. Oh, I survived 20 moves and my position was equal. Yeah. So credit for that.
Okay, super. Then Balint, I wish you a very good night, and I'm sure we stay in touch.
Yeah, of course, Jan. Bye bye. Good night.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye.